All right, family, we are back. I have another exclusive interview for you. We have KiLiK, also known as his birth name by Kivante, but yo, wait until he breaks down what the name KiLiK means in this exclusive interview with my homeboy KiLiK. We talk about, his enlightenment journey. I asked him to give some advice. What advice would you give to other young brothers who are coming into their journey, man? Look, it's hella insightful. You don't want to miss it. Check it out now, family. Essentially, I just want to talk about enlightenment and get everybody's story about how they got there, especially melanated people, because I think there is something to be said about the process. For some reason, I feel like a lot of times we think things have to be big and grand because we're coming from a biblical standpoint, and we ready to hear, great mysteries, hear a big man's voice talking to you in the sky, or, all the regular. Or I get a lot of times like how I unlock my chakras, what do I do, and different things like that. But everybody has their own process. And one of the things that sparked me wanting to speak to you was that you recently posted on your Instagram story that you stopped eating pork when you were 13. So I think that's just a good starting place to jump off the conversation. Like, how did you even have that wherewithal at 13 to be like, okay, cool, I'm not going to eat pork?
First off, we give thanks to Jah Rastafari, to the Most High, and all the lights that He brought onto planet Earth. I say He, but I mean like the omniversal presence. You know what I'm saying? That's really eternal. That light that's in all of us. And for me, I felt it from when I was little. I always had this voice in my head that was telling me like, all right, you won't die. We'd be in church. They're like, okay, after you die, X, Y, and Z. But the voice was telling me, you not gonna die. Your light is eternal. And when it comes to the pork, of course, I studied Malcolm X and Malik El-Hajj and watched him move and seeing how he reformed his own diet from pork, through the Nation of Islam. But also, he continued on his journey after the Nation. And the specific instance with me, I had my Nana, that's my mama's mama. She's a great woman. Thanks and praise to her. She had a friend who came over. He didn't eat no pork, and he just talked to me straight like, if you set that pork chop out in the sun, you put a cover over it and just leave it right there, maggots gonna grow in it. Like the parasites is already in there. And from that moment, I was already, thinking about my diet and kind of the stuff that, with food stamps and everything, the government assistance that we would get from the store. And it was cool. I liked hot Cheetos and zebra cakes and all of that. But then when it came to the pork chop and just having that image in my mind, being able to see the worms coming out, and my Nana she assured that was the truth. But she still ate it, so I just made that decision for myself. I had a great brother too. I still have him, Shakir Perry, great man. His family, they didn't eat no pork. They weren't Muslim or nothing like that, but it was my best friend, so I'd go over his house, we playing video games, and they would never serve me no pork, so I was already accustomed to not eating it. And so I made that decision for myself at 13 to make that serious.
Will you say, because you are privy to peers who do eat meat, including all of it, chicken, beef, or pork, whatever may be the case, can you attest or notice a personal difference in your own brain capacity since you've stopped eating it versus interacting with people who do?
Yeah, me personally, I do eat meat. I just ate some salmon over there right by the water and some chicken. It was really good. Salute to the O'Dine family. Mama O'Dine made me a good plate, and Auntie Darlene, yeah. And just the pork I don't touch, or shellfish or shrimp. I was vegan for 2 years, raw vegan for a while, and I could definitely notice my light body and feel, my aura was more sensitive, just in general being in tune with my body. What's this lady named Octavia Butler? She wrote a book called Wild Seed, and in that book she talks about how she's an eternal spirit, or the main character is an eternal spirit that throughout time, has manifested in different bodies, but the soul is still intact. And she talked about one of her transformations. She just had this awareness of her whole being to where down to the cellular level she could feel like some type of invasion, like a parasite. And I feel like when I was eating raw and all the way vegan, that was kind of the direction I was headed in, to where I could really feel any type of foreign body try to come into my temple. Just could react accordingly. Grab some more moringa or some more quinoa. Get really the ginger ale, ginger beer, or a little piece of ginger and chew on it and some water. That's
So that clear out parasites? Or the
that would be like one of my first things. I don't know if it would clear them out, but that's just something that helped me and myself, you know, work against it. Yeah.
Ginger, for sure. I'm gonna have to look into that.
Yeah.
I know that shit's spicy when you eat it, so I ain't never been the one to just, let me get
some
some
ginger.
ginger.
It's an acquired taste for sure. Yeah.
I know Asa use it for sure when she got like indigestion or needs a burp or something and can't really get it out. That definitely helps. I'm gonna have to look into that for sure.
Yeah, I just like, it's like comforting, you know, for me when I'm going against the little things that's trying to give me illness and dis-ease. It put me at ease.
For sure.
Yeah.
How do you get your name? Tell the people who don't know, because I'm privy to you more so through your intellect and then music, and that's what I know about you. And even kind of kicking it with you before we decided to record today, I got to know a little bit more about you and the things that you're into. But you gave me the rundown of your artist name, and it was fire. So I definitely want to, you know, talk about how you got into that, because I feel like that takes a lot of wisdom to deduce what you deduce based off of the stuff the information that you acquired to come up with a name like that.
Well, give thanks. Yeah, definitely appreciate you reflecting the light, because it take a certain vision to even be able to see. You know, they say don't catch your pearls before swine.
You feel me?
They might not even know what they're getting at. They don't know what they're looking at, so they could just ignore it. Or, but that's okay. It's fine, because, you know, for me, I'm just grateful for somebody to even come to me and ask of me to open up with my knowledge. I wouldn't take my time to like go and run to somebody and try to beat them over the head with this, or, you know, force it on somebody. But if they come to me humbly and they want to just talk, that's the greatest thing I can ask for from God. And the name given to me by my mother was Kivante. It is Kivante, and it's a vibration that it's alignment with my spirit. I had a long part of my life where I was not really as in tune with my name, you know, and I would look at it like, Kivante, what is that? Like going to these certain schools with, you know, Gentiles and people that's not from here. They, you know, they got their path too, but the way that they speak, they couldn't really pronounce Kivante. They might say like Kavante or Kevinte or different teachers with microaggressions, but it's all right. You know, I made it through, and at one point I wanted to go by my father's name, Gary. I was like, oh yeah, just call me Gary, or my family called me Lil Gary. So I was like, oh yeah, I tried to go by Gary at school and assimilate some more into the isms, but I did find my light and, you know, reinforcement in my name. Yeah. So Kivante is it's a powerful name to me. I feel it when I say it. When I hear people say it all the way through, it's like, yeah, from the heart. That key.
And it's very interesting that you say that, as far as like just in your terms, the Gentiles not being able to actually say your name. Because, I mean, to me, I read it, it makes sense. Kivante, we can say it, it makes sense to us. So, wow, that is something very, very interesting to kind of just point out and note. As far as, and then, and kind of even thinking back on how, for many of melanated beings, how that has impacted their upbringing. Just like you said, you have to grow into appreciating it, you know what I'm saying? Because you already kind of had some adversaries against it, because just off the basic principle that people couldn't necessarily pronounce it.
They didn't want to. They were uncomfortable. That discomfort with them acknowledging who I am by the vocal code was already an insight into the rest of the way that they might relate to me. So, but it's all right. You know, I'm fine to teach them, because if they want to know, they'll say it. But if they don't, you know, maybe they're not trying to really reach me. So that's all right.
That's powerful right there. I mean, that's a whole different insight when you say, I mean, they don't even want to put some respect on my name. You feel me? Like, ultimately, like,
yeah, from the beginning, it's the foundation.
Dang. So even when looking at that concept, when we look at, I like to call them the artificial race, but term per KiLiK that I've kind of recently come into, but looking at the artificial race and thinking of their idea of not even to attempt to pronounce people's name based off of the idea that you don't even want to, it's so powerful that it makes you uncomfortable. Your inside's uncomfortable. That's a whole nother paradigm, as far as also like kind of disarming melanated beings, as far as don't let that upset you, or don't let that move you or sway you anyway.
Yeah, it's all right, you know, because even without the tongue, you know, this tongue was in English. It's all right, because the spirit don't speak English, you know. And so if I feel somebody's heart, then it's all right. They can say, like you asked me how I say my name, KiLiK, the king in life is knowledge, knowledge in life is king. Looking in the mirror, it's the same. They call it a palindrome.
Palindrome. So king is life is knowledge.
King in life is knowledge.
King in life is knowledge. KiLiK.
Knowledge in life is king. That's one, way to see it. But also there's Kivante infinitely living in Kemet. Kemet infinitely lives in Kivante.
Yeah.
And there's some more, they'll be revealed in time. But I actually had got that name from a meditation. A lot of people, when they see it, they might say KiLiK. However, KiLiK is cool because I know that they really trying to reach me and not the little 1, 2, 3 on the page. They can say 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 3. However, it's still there. So
I think that name is super, super powerful. I think the creativity, the ingenuity behind setting up those acronyms, setting up the intention. Because definitely one of the things that I teach on the channel is that, like, a lot of times we find ourselves surprised at the effects of things that happen in physical nature, right? Like, a situation went awry and now I'm upset, but this kind of happened out of the blue, but it's like that really wouldn't be the case if we was privy to our intentions ahead of time. Because if you privy to your intentions, then you already know what the effects are going to be. So with creating a name, so personally for me, that resonates with changing when I came into my own awareness how I dressed, because I wanted to make sure people could know how to address me. Like, to know that, like, I'm about something of more value than we naturally put on things, more materialistic value, or, we got something deeper that we need to talk about. So dressing a certain way has helped me coming to my own enlightenment, so I can definitely see and understand how a name brings power.
Yeah, I discovered my name. I wouldn't say I created it. It was there already, and I moved the veil and I seen it. Oh, that's me. I watched the video. It was like 2011. I was in Maine at Bowdoin College, first year, and I looked at the video. KRS-One, he was at some school, he was in New York at some lecture, and he was talking about the power of a name. He was talking about a lot of stuff. He had talked about Illuminati, the gospel of hip-hop. He talked about the sacred numerology. He talked about the numerology of hip-hop, 0 through 9, the divine numbers.
Would that be the same as Supreme Mathematics?
Supreme Mathematics, absolutely.
Sure.
And he dropped science on that. And then he got to the part where he talked about names. And he was like, my name is Chris. Chris with a K. And then he put it like, that's like it goes deep, because with Heru, our channel Heru Hetep. And so with Heru, he is the Ka energy, the Christ energy. We talk about that Christ consciousness that people connect with Jesus and Krishna. But it's right there, Christ. And so then he put that on his name, KRS, Chris. Took the vowels out. And then it's the one, like Neo. Yeah.
Wow.
And so then he put it even more. He just kept looking into it, and he was telling, I can't, paraphrase him, but
that inspires you to definitely go deeper.
No, then he said knowledge reigns supreme over nearly everyone. KRS-One. So I knew the KRS stood for something, but I didn't know about the one over nearly everyone. But there's also those who shot, they turned their face from the light, but the light still hit them. But it reigns over nearly everyone. But it's all right though.
That's right.
So, yeah, KRS, man, he really tapped me in. And just after watching that video, I sat there for a minute. I cut it off. I was probably smoking, meditation, reasoning with myself. And boom, it hit me. KiLiK. Then I was like, what? It was like KiLiK. I said, okay, KiLiK. Then it said, king in life is knowledge. I said, what?
Yeah.
Then it said, knowledge in life is king. I said, oh, and I'm looking at it like I'm unfolding the thing. And I'm like, oh. And then it was like, Kivante infinitely living in Kemet. Wow. And then so I put the eyes on it, the eye of Heru and the eye of Ra over the two eyes, because I was going to do KLK. KRS, no vowels, but the eyes is natural. I and I. I and I is eternal. We give thanks to the Most High. And so I and I is right there. K-I-L and I-K. And those two eyes, you put the eye over it. And I meditated before as well at that same place, right around the same time. It was before this, but they had a meditation class. It was like this new little athletics building they built, but at the top of it, they had put like some little breathwork rooms or whatever. So they had like a yoga studio and then another little room like probably as big as this little square right here. It was a meditation room though. It had like all glass windows. You could just open it up and have straight sunlight like pouring in. They had the little pillows you could sit on.
Yeah.
They had the Buddha statue, Kuan Yin was out there. They also had the Gautama right there. And you know, with the natty locks on his head, and he was talking about that too. He was like, you know, the Buddha, you see him, he got the natty locks and the fat nose and the thick lips. Yeah.
This was in Maine?
This is in Maine. This was at my college that I attended.
That's
You know, everything that's negative also got some positive, you know.
Always.
Dark clouds with silver linings. So I'm out there, and I'm like, yeah, I'll do a meditation class. Why not? Like, that sounds cool. I ain't never just did it. I had meditated a little bit, but not really. Like, you know, I did on my own, but boom. So I'm doing that, doing some Tai Chi classes. It's all, I'm like 18, 19. They talking to me. I'm doing my classes, Africana Studies, and learning about King and X and all of that. But then, after class is over, my homework, after lunch, dinner and shit, I'm in the meditation room. I'm with the old people doing the and the hood. I'm 18, I don't really know about all that stuff, but it's clean. You know, I don't, it's all these weird people out here, but it gave me like some peace. But then, so I'm meditating, and then, so the lady, her name Lisa Randolph, beautiful woman, white lady from Maine. She had went to Kobe College. It's like, you from Nashville? You know how MLK and Hugh Fogg got the rivalry? Yeah, okay. So up there in Maine, Bowdoin and Kobe, they got like a big rivalry. So it was kind of, she was from Kobe, but she was teaching at Bowdoin. So it was cool, but she was teaching meditation. But she had a degree, but like, she just had a little gig doing these little classes. So boom, I'm like, yo, why not? A couple of my friends came with me. After a while, they stopped coming. I'm coming by myself, you know what I'm saying? But one of the first times she told us, like, okay, we're gonna do this guided meditation on, like, something. It was like divinity. I don't even remember the word she used, but she didn't say. She was like, I want you to visualize, you know, close your eyes 3/4, the tongue and placement, all of that. But then after that, when we get to the visualization, I want you to imagine whatever a symbol is that's representative to you of something divine. It don't have to be God or whatever you worship, or you know, but just a symbol that's whatever. And I was thinking, like, I don't got nothing at this point, because my parents were trying to get me to do baptism and stuff, and I was like, I don't know if that's for me right now at this point in time. So I wasn't just like, oh, I'm not gonna look at no cross, because I know what the cross represents. And I was like, I don't think the Ankh is really that either. So I'm just not trying to intentionally pick nothing. I'm just like, I'm gonna just go blank and boom. And I'm telling you, I'm sitting there, then I see that eye of Heru just pop in my head so hard, like I got shocked. I opened my eyes, I was scared, like I'm sweating and shit. I'm like, whoa. But everybody's still doing it, so I'm back in it, but it's not the same, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay. So then when I'm looking at KiLiK, the KiLiK, I'm like, I'm gonna put the eyes on it. I'm not just gonna put the dot, I'm gonna put the eye right here and the eye right there. And then it looked like a face now, because you got the K on this side, it's like some ears, the nose right there with the L, you know, like in Dragon Ball Z, they might just put the little nose. Yeah, so I'm like, damn, this is it. And I'm like, Josh so good, just giving me, telling me who I am. It's a mirror right there, and so.
That's powerful. That's deep, man.
That's a great.
I would say definitely a riveting story about how that came about, and that's definitely like the things that I want to do with my peers. Like, yo, share your wisdom. It's not like, I think a lot of times we get caught up on social media and stuff with like this person doing one thing. So, you know, you go over here for the videos, or you go over here because they teaching something, or you go over here because they recording. And it's like, nah, you know, each one teach one. You know what I'm saying? We all here to like learn and grow. So I mean, that inspires me to like to explore more stillness, because it's like ain't no telling what could come up. Like, because that's cold, that's wet. And so I definitely want to encourage more of our peers to do that, yo. Like, take the information that you receive, through whatever means to you, you get it, but deduce it and make it mean something to you. Like, put your own flavor on it, your own thoughts, your own energy on it, and see, like, what the universe gives you. That's it. That's real life, man. For sure.
You know, my name is Kivante. I'm called KiLiK. KiLiK, I'm called many things, my name is Kivante. Yeah. And Kivante is a name that also God had given me the clues to, the code to. Because that's the thing, like you said, people try to put the knowledge over here or over there, or you have to go to this place or pay this fee to get to join this group to get this knowledge or this practice. And
Yeah.
that's not right. That's not righteous. Like, God gave it to us to give to others, you know, and it shouldn't be no fee. Like, you know, if it's a fee, of course you pay people what they want to be paid. If somebody asks you, this is the price for this, boom, you pay them that. Because that's why, like my brother said, that's why people ego is so low, because everybody trying to devalue them or take from them or take from them. If you give them something, that's your brother, you know what I'm saying? That's your sister. Like, you don't do them like that. They said, yeah, I want my tree costs this much. All right, boom. You know somebody else that's gonna charge you that much, so you can go to them, but you don't try to tear people down like that. Yeah, so if somebody say this is what I'm called, that's what you call them. Yeah,
You honor that.
You don't, it's not even honor, it's just respect. You treat everybody accordingly. It's honor. It's honorable to treat them accordingly. But there's nothing grandiose like, oh, this is honorable. This is greater than. No, this is normal. You know what I'm saying? This is regular. This is just average according. You know what I'm saying?
Average connection with people.
Yeah, but that average, in the averageness is holy, is honorable. You know, but we don't gotta put it up like that, because it's normal. You know, you a God, I'm a God. But it's normal, you a person, I'm a person, your light. Yeah, so these little skin suits ain't nothing.
Ain't nothing. And that's why I think it's very important to encourage each other to, like, no, tell me what you think. I'm not saying this is how it is or different things like that, because, I mean, I'm not more important than an ant, and an ant is not important to me. We have to work harmoniously for the planet to exist, and that's the vibe that we have to get into. But, I mean, it's like it makes sense of how we're at where we're at with with everybody having their own ideas of superiority and inferiority complexes. If we're looking at the Willie Lynch all the way up to social media, bro, like, you know, it's naturally brought up. So it's like we gotta have conversations like this, like you said, like, yo, don't do them like that. That's your brother, your sister. You know, make that work. You know? Yeah, for sure. What advice would you give young African American males who are coming into their awakening?
To the roster youth, I tell them to be yourself, just be free. Like, everything that comes to you naturally, you know, flow through that. Of course, you're going to realize the obstacles is going to come around you every time. They're going to be like, as soon as you're doing you, somebody going to try to see you do this. As soon as you walk in your way, somebody's like, hey, come over here. And then be like, cool, that's cool. I'm over here with it though. Yeah. You welcome, but yeah. And I would also say to the roster youth, you know, honor God every day. You know, every day honor God. Like, when you wake up, the word, the scripture, your family, like your parents, they gonna tell you the right thing. And it's destructive. It's disobedient. I would say be obedient to your parents, because they want the best for you. And like, it's wild, because the Bible, it even teaches us, even like school, the TV shows, movies and shit, they all got it in there about Satan, you know, the aggressor, the one that's going against the opposer.
Right.
He wants to rebel, you know what I'm saying, against God. God created him with love, and he was like, okay, I see you made man, you made Jesus. That's a little, you know, that's a little, whoa, I'm hot about it. So he want to rebel and do his thing, but then they say, all right, you got to get out of here. You know, you still my child. I ain't going to put my hands on you, but you got to leave. Yeah. You got to leave, and sent him to earth. Boom, and we down here too, but it's all right, because we protected by him. You know, we protected by Josh. So but then he going to try to lead us astray, but it's cool, because he tried to rebel against his father, and then he tried to teach us to rebel against our fathers and our mothers. And then we think it's normal to be like, nah, mama, nah, dad, I ain't gonna do that, or nah, I'm gonna do this. And no, that's following the devil. You know, the devil got a hold of you, and you just have to realize, like, we on the earth, and we think the world is like, just, you know, it's like, oh yeah, that's the Bible, that's church, that's whatever church, whatever. That's just mama them talking, that's stories. But then when we living, we start to do this, or we following these people or doing these things, and we find ourselves in situations, and it's like, damn, we think back, and like, damn, mama told me this, or my daddy told me that, and just off the rip, and you know, it's just the world, they try to make demonic normal, and like demon time, like that's normal, that's fun, that's entertaining, but we have to realize that that's the trick, that's that tricknology. Right there, that's the technology that's in our face. It's like, oh yeah, do this.
That's the insidious part about the Western culture is that because the artificial race didn't make this universe, they have to abide by the same laws that we all have to abide by, and so they must provide the truth and a lie at the same time. But they done got the shit so confuddled that you can't see the difference between the truth and the lie, and that's where the work comes in at.
The difference is obvious. It's obvious. We can see the difference. The illusion is that there is no difference. The illusion is that they try to say that that's normal. You know what I'm saying? That what's bad is okay. You know what I'm saying? That's the illusion, and it's obvious because we know as soon as we see, we like, hell nah. But then everybody be like, dun, dun, dun. You be like, this the slap, okay. But off the rip, you be like, nah. You gotta go with your gut every time. Go with your gut, and you get what you give. It's the same acronym. GWYG. Go with your gut. Give what you give, and you know it's righteous when you feel it. You know it's like, oh yeah, that's good. You hear it. You hear the organ. You hear the what Kanye got with the and he flipped the song and you hear that, and you know that's righteous. But then you hear some, I'm a bad, and then or this, the tongue shouldn't even move that way. It's a sword, you know. Yeah.
Swords. It's the same word. Definitely it's the same word.
And it's the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I say to the roster youth and the young bros, to follow your parents. They telling you the right thing.
But the last question before we get out of here is, how do you use creativity to keep you focused on your path of enlightenment? Like how does that aid you? In a better expression of, because we know that creators use music to express themselves, but what is that process like? How do you really dive into it? How does that help you in the times when you seem to go astray from your own path?
Music is like the guiding post, you know. It's like, it's where the lightning hit and the channel right there, and then boom, if your lightning rod, your antenna straight, you gonna catch that upload. Yeah, and then you use whatever you want to. You sing, rap, make a beat, get your horn, whatever. You write. Yeah, but that you know, Jah is all around us, and Jah speak. It's Jah moment right now. Jah hour, Jah year. You know, before time, before space, and after the rapture, it's us. We've been here. We're gonna be here. And so, music is one way, but that's the thing we have to realize too. Satan, his dominion is music, and we have to know that those vibrations are also used against us. And so, for me, music is my sword. We were just talking about words. I'm a wordsmith, definitely, in the world. And so, music absolutely is a way. I feel like every day I have to make music. I have to write. I have to listen to music. I have to put my energy into the musical, you know, toroid, that spinning, that energy cipher, that Rasengan thing. I had to put mine in there too. When all the clone, the little Kage Bunshin come hitting that mud, I gotta put every time. Everybody, y'all making music, y'all putting out something today. I'm in there. Mine fat too. I'm putting some dope in there too. It's going and then you see the thing change colors.
Yeah.
And then it might get some little
different vibes on it.
Yeah. So I have to. So every time I make music, that's put my foot on the devil's neck. That's definitely rebuking Satan in the hardest way, going hard on his ass. You feel me? Like, fuck out of here. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And that's really how my music is. The sword. That's
what.
Yes, Lord. Yeah.
Hey, I swear to man, Asa be like, ting, 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 you know.
And the demons, this is what it say right here, harvest.
Yeah, that's the latest.
It's yellow, you know what I'm saying? This is the willpower, solar plexus, you know what I'm saying? I will it down, but also, you know, I don't need no pen, because sometimes I might have to pin it down, you feel me, and lock it in these pages, and bind it in this book with some leather, and have a spine on it, give it its own life, you know, put a little seal on it.
Yeah.
But it's free too, you know what I'm saying? Like, somebody play something with their instruments or off the top, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's also a thing. Music is these birds around us. They sing praises to Jah every morning.
Every morning. The waves back here on the water.
Our blood, when it pumps, you know, if you meditate long enough and you listen close enough, you will hear your blood flowing through your ears, and it sound like the river of life. and it's like, that's music too. And if you listen, that shit scared me at first. I ain't gonna lie, I'm telling you, I'm sitting there and I'm like, what the fuck is that noise? Then I'm realizing, oh, and it's with my heart, and it be boom. It sounds loud like bass. I'm like, dang, I can really hear it. Yeah.
Being in your body, feeling into your body.
You can hear the grass growing. If you listen close enough, it's just shh, shh. Like the water got a sound, but the grass is
everything in constant motion.
the tree sound. So.
That's what's up. So. You got anything else you want to share before we get out of here, man?
What's that?
Of course, definitely tell the people where to find you on the social media, what you got going on.
If they find me, that's cool. If they don't, I'm glad they listen to this.
For sure. I'm gonna definitely always drop the links because the music is lit. I definitely enjoy listening to your music. I of course haven't heard all of the catalog, but the songs that I have heard have definitely I like, for sure. The Synesthesia, is that how you pronounce it? That project is nice. I like it. For sure.
Yeah, Synesthesia, that's cool. That's like when the senses is in tune. And so it's like you can, like Jah's all around us and you can hear Jah talking with your eyes. You can, you listen to the song and you see it. That's Synesthesia. Or you touch this thing and you can taste, you like, oh, this probably tastes like some. Just by touching it, or that's synesthesia. You know, our senses.
So when the senses work together.
Yeah, they try to say it's a mutation or some type of like disease or something that you have to like correct, but it's not.
Is it all 5 senses, or is it like a couple senses at a time?
It's different for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like I had my good friend Ben I met him in Maine in college. Ben Town. Yeah. Amazing freestyler. White person too. We have to realize too, like our white brethren and sisters, you know, the baldrin, the one that ain't, you know, got the antenna. It's cool though. Everybody tapped in their own way, and they gonna get it. You feel me? Like if they don't get it this lifetime, they'll come back.
They got another one. Yeah, but we got many more epochs.
The thing is, with the white brethren and sisters, we have to realize that they as us. We can make white people. You know what I'm saying? We done made white people how they got here. You know what I'm saying? You have a blonde hair, blue-eyed baby. And the chocolate, you know what I'm saying, melanin wealthy, copper dripping, you know what I'm saying, baby at the same time, twins. And it's just natural. And you're going to love them the same just because them is your children. And they might feel some type of way about how the world treat them. And they might try to do us a certain type of way about how they've been treated by the world in Satan paradise. But it's Jah moment every moment. So we love them and they going to get it. You know what I'm saying? They come in here, try to take our house, take our land. You know, kill us, but it's okay. They gon' get it one day. They ain't got. It's something about, you know, back then they did that, but now it's some of them white brethren and sisters that get it. They in the street right now. There's some white brethren and sisters in the street bleeding right now for the cause. And there's more of them now than there was before, and they get it. You know, so if they don't get it right now, time is coming. It's clear, you know.
Always. I'm definitely on that way, man. The last thing before we go, I just noticed you got your name on the side of your glasses. That's the way, man.
Oh, good friend. Oh, yeah, I had a piece. What is it? First, I must be fine by myself. Then, I must find myself. Third, I must define myself. Fourth, I must re-find myself. Fifth, and finally, I must fly away, for I have flowered into my final self. So, Jah Rastafari.
Is that like a personal affirmation?
It's a gift given to me from Jah, from Oshun. She brought me that one, yeah.
Okay.
5.
That's what's up.
At Hadley Park.
Man, well, I've enjoyed talking to you today, KiLiK.
Thanks.
Man, it's gonna be what?
Lion Paw.
It's called the Lion Paw.
Lion Paw.
The Rastafari. I only got one brother who really Rastafari. Now I got 2, so.
Yes, Lord.
Peep game. I appreciate you, family.
Sure.